social media for public relations. My question would be, what is the job of a PR firm? When a business hires a PR firm, what's the job of a PR firm? Anybody throw me a quick answer. Shanna, got an answer? Mindy? Melissa, Ronald, Tim, come on, there's a bunch of you out there.
Maybe to mold your reputation.
Mold your reputation. That's very good. That's very good. Anybody else? One more.
To get the word out, brand your company.
To get the word out, to brand your company. All right. All right, we got a basic idea. I would say to you that it's to relate to the public on behalf of the client, to communicate, both to speak and to listen. Thus, public relations. You're relating to the public. So now you can see where these tools, where millions of people are hanging out, is a great place to get a conversation going on, both speaking and listening through these tools. Let's take 3 specific PR examples and walk through those. Let's talk about predefined or a controlled approach. If we look at a predefined approach, PR firms are engaged to start and to direct and to control the perception of a new product release, generally in concert with a marketing or an advertising firm. Strategy is developed. It's communicated as a predefined message to a targeted audience. And this controlled approach is common, and we see it every day in so many businesses and organizations. The PR firm joins forces to craft the message. You identify the tools to deploy it. Generally, these activities take place in traditional tools. And this is where most of us as business people have seen these kind of activities take place. What we're seeing today, though, is more implementation in social media tools. Controlled messages being deployed in the social networks, and the predefined messages being introduced in an environment where millions of people are hanging out. The one difference we find is that we're employing new media theory in delivering these messages, which is less of a push marketing effort and more of a pull marketing effort. Meaning that the emphasis on selling is being downplayed and the focus is on delivering free, valuable information to an eager audience. They like it when they're engaged. They like two-way conversation. They like it when you're a generous, helpful, lending a hand kind of business. Using the social networks for PR purposes introduces an aspect that's never been available to your audience as well. And that is that they can share your information, and potentially your information becomes viral. And they can comment on your messages, and now they feel like they can get involved, and you actually have the ability to empower them to be a champion for your brand. Another common purpose for businesses to employ a PR firm might be to address negative or harmful messages that are being spread. We see this an awful lot in politics, where the political strategists are working daily with the PR firms to deploy messages to attempt to steer our perception of a certain issue. And you might want to consider the highly charged strategy meetings that took place during the BP oil spill, or even just within this last year regarding Facebook privacy debacle. These tools empower the people to have a voice and to speak out. And many times their suggestions or their concerns really provide valuable input or valuable information for us as a business. And many times your response to those concerns can comfort your audience and ultimately influence their perception. A third reason to employ a PR firm might be to maintain a positive wave, or someone mentioned, to take your brand out there and build your brand. Keep the public feeling positive about a generous brand or a generous business. Every company has ups and downs, and many of them hire PR firms to keep a steady message flowing. Let's apply that to something that we can all do very easily within our own little communities that has huge exposure. No need to hire an expensive PR firm to generate awareness. Sponsor your local Little League baseball team. Just do that. I don't know how much that costs. Every market's going to be a little bit different, but once you've sponsored that team and you got them on board, set up a social media presence for the team and for your sponsorship. And within your social media activities, feature a new player each week. Get the kids and the parents involved in the conversations. Have them posting information. Have them and you communicating back and forth. Consider the exposure you get when potentially you have 20 kids involved in your team. Of the 20 kids, they each have 2 parents, so you got 40 parents. You got 60 people involved. Each of those has about 300 Facebook friends. And the parents probably have Twitter and LinkedIn followers as well. So consider the exposure you get through the social networks using the social media tools simply to talk about your sponsorship of the Little League team that you've sponsored. Not talking about your products, not talking about your services. We're not selling. We're being helpful. We're being friendly, approachable. We're being generous. All of these things that we just discussed, whether they be related to addressing negative comments or sponsoring a Little League team, they all involve developing content, selecting which of those media tools you put your message out through, and they all maintain some activity level. You've got to be doing this on a consistent basis, and you can't let up. In traditional PR activities, that can be very expensive. The new media concept that is being used, that is being employed, that's being accepted through the social media world tends to say you want to streamline your content. You don't want to have robust content. You want to start the conversation in those popular networks and get other people involved, and you want to be consistent. You don't want to give up after a couple of weeks because it takes time and it's hard. Keep in mind that the networks are free. So you might want to consider being generous. Maybe, for an example, offer a coupon or a discount to encourage people to do business with you because you're not paying for the network, but you can pay for the coupon. We all know that the trend is leaning toward social. And obviously, if you're looking to communicate a controlled message, or you're trying to take control of a rogue message, or you're looking to maintain a steady wave that you're riding, you'll find that the social media tools are PR tools, and they're a great place to start if you're using those tools for public relations purposes.